Ammo's tightening up. Shops are stacked with buyers. And people aren't just panic buying whatever's left. They're locking down the pistols they know they can trust if this year goes sideways. What's up, guys? This is Gun Fanatics. And today, we're breaking down the 10 pistols flying off shelves in 2025 because gun owners aren't waiting to see what laws or shortages hit next. Ruger Max 9. You can't walk into a big box store or a small town counter in 2025 without spotting the Ruger Max 9 sitting right up front. Why? Because it checks every box people want for a carry gun or stash pistol right now. It's chambered in 9mm, runs 10+1 or 12+1, and Ruger's keeping it priced right around $379. For under $400, Ruger pulled off something rare. You get an optics-ready pistol that's lightweight, easy to conceal, and still shoots like a gun you can actually train with. The slide's built from through-hardened alloy steel, finished in black oxide. The 3.2-inch barrel is cold hammer forged, which means longer life and better groups than you'd ever expect in this price bracket. Frame is glass-filled nylon with texturing that's aggressive enough to lock you in, but not so rough it chews up your hands. Trigger is flat-faced, breaks clean, short reset. Not a match gun trigger, but absolutely better than what you usually get in a budget micro-compact. And the Max 9 comes cut for Shield RMSC footprint optics. That means Holosun 407K, Crimson Trace Micro Red Dot drop it straight on, no plates, no milling. Ruger even sells versions with or without a manual thumb safety, so you can pick the setup you trust. Sights are strong too. Fiber optic front, drift adjustable rear. For the money, this pistol brings a lot more to the table than you'd expect. And that's exactly why it's become the go-to second or third pistol for folks building out their defensive lineup. Glock 43 XMOS. Now let's talk Glock. The 43 XMOS is showing up in glove boxes, waistbands, and nightstands all over the country right now. Reason's simple. Glock finally nailed the formula small enough to conceal, but still gives you the grip and capacity you actually want when things get ugly. I picked one up at a buddy's shop back in January. The second I wrapped my hand around it, the pistol just made sense. You've got a full 3-finger grip, takes Shield Arms 15-round magazines, and it still vanishes under a hoodie. That's the magic combo. Specs are classic Glock, 9mm chambering, 3.41-inch barrel, weighs just under 19 ounces unloaded. Slide wears Glock's NDLC finish, which in my experience outlasts a lot of Cerakote jobs. The MOS cut fits RMSC footprint optics, so you can run a Holosun 407K, a Swamp Fox Sentinel no custom work needed. Trigger is the same predictable Glock pull with a short reset. And reliability? That's Glock's calling card. I've run mine with everything cheap aluminum case, bulk steel, plus P hollow points. Never once coughed, never once jammed. That's why people are trusting the 43 XMOS when it counts. CZP-10C. There's a reason you keep seeing the C. ZP-10C disappearing off the shelves this year. At gun shows, at local counters, it's one of the most consistent movers outside the Glock lineup. When somebody asks me, what 9mm would you trust if you needed something dead simple, reliable under stress, and accurate enough to push hard? This one makes the short list every single time. CAZ didn't just stamp out another polymer striker pistol. They built a sidearm that actually feels like it was designed by shooters, for shooters. Size-wise, it rides that perfect middle lane. Not oversized, not pocket gun small. You've got a 4.02-inch cold hammer forged barrel. It feeds from 15-round steel mags with a +1 in the chamber. The grip texture is aggressive without chewing your hand, so you don't need to pay somebody to stipple it. The slide's nitrided, tough where it counts, and slick enough to stay clean. Frame geometry is pure C-Z DNA, with an angle that drives the sights right where your eyes naturally land. Controls are ambidextrous, right out of the box mag release, slide stop, both sides covered. And that trigger? For a striker gun in this price class, it's one of the best. Short take-up, clean break, crisp reset. No gimmicks. It just runs. Canik TP9 Elite SC. The way Canik builds a 9mm makes you stop and reevaluate what you think a budget pistol should be. The TP9 Elite SC punches well above its price tag. You're talking about a carry gun in the $430 range, but it ships with features you'd expect on something sitting in a competition rig. You're getting a match-grade barrel, an optics-ready slide, and a flat-face aluminum trigger that feels tuned right out of the case. No upgrade kits, no hidden charges, everything's in the box. Even the optic plates and a solid inside-the-waistband holster. It's built to conceal, but it handles like a full-blown range pistol. The grip texture locks your hand in. The trigger guard's undercut lets you ride higher for faster strings. Magazines? You've got a flush-fit 12-rounder, plus a 15-round extension that gives you a full fighting grip. Warren tactical sights come standard. Clean sight picture, fast to align. The trigger breaks smooth, resets quick, and that's a big part of why people are stockpiling these. It's reliable, affordable, and doesn't feel like you're giving anything up. Smith & Wesson M and P9 Shield Plus. The Shield Plus isn't a fad pistol. It's a direct response to what concealed carriers demanded after running the old single stacks for years. I didn't grab mine because of hype. I bought in after watching countless shooters run them flat at the range with zero issues. We're talking 9mm, fed by 10 or 13-round mags. And somehow Smith & Wesson kept the grip slim enough to print less than most compact Glocks. Frame's polymer, but it doesn't feel hollow or cheap. Barrel's 3.1 inches. The trigger? One of the cleanest Smith has put out flat-faced, crisp break and a snappy reset. Steel sights are included from the factory. And if you go with the optics ready cut, mounting something like a Holosun 407K is drop-in easy. This is the kind of pistol you actually trust for daily carry, not the kind you pick because it's trending. Springfield Armory, Hellcat Pro, Comp, OSP. It's no accident. The Hellcat Pro Comp OSP is walking out of stores in numbers. Springfield didn't slap on a flashy comp for looks. They integrated the compensator directly into the slide and barrel like they meant it. That setup changes how this compact shoots. You're running 9mm through a 15-round pistol that feels close to full-size control. And thanks to that single port cut, muzzle rise stays in check without resorting to a threaded barrel or bulky add-ons. I've run this side by side against other micros, and the difference is clear. That port keeps your string of fire flatter, and it doesn't punish you with extra blast or distraction. Specs are solid. A 3.7-inch hammer-forged barrel, 1-inch wide grip frame, and the OSP cut that takes a Holosun 507K or any other RMSC footprint optic. Iron sights are Springfield's U-dot system, fast to pick up, easy to track. Triggers flat, brakes clean, and resets short. It's one of those guns that balances carry size with shootability in a way most of the market still hasn't matched. Glock 19 Gen 5. If you walk into just about any gun shop in 2025 and ask what's moving the fastest, odds are they'll point you straight to the Glock 19 Gen 5. This pistol sits in that sweet spot. Big enough for home defense or duty use. Small enough for everyday carry. And the reputation? Rock solid. It's the benchmark people still measure everything else against. Price is sitting around $600 to $620. Even bone stock, this gun is already mission ready. Now, the Gen 5 updates matter. Finger grooves are gone. Grip texture is more aggressive. The barrel is Glock's Marksman barrel 4.02 inches, with polygonal rifling that tightens groups noticeably. The slide and internals are finished in Glock's N-D-L-C coating, which means more durability and less wear over time. You also get an ambidextrous slide stop and a flared magwell. Both changes make reloads quicker and smoother under stress. Capacity is 15+1, running the same mags you already trust. No gimmicks, no drama. Just a pistol that runs every single time you need it to. SIG Sauer P365X Macro. The first time you start running 9mm through the SIG P365X macro, it hits you fast. This thing feels like a full-size pistol, but it carries like something half the footprint. SIG went straight after what concealed carriers have been asking for. A slim frame, a grip that actually fills the hand, real capacity, and a compensator that's built right into the slide and barrel. No threads, no extra parts. Just clean gas venting that flattens the muzzle. Capacity is 17+1. That's duty gun numbers, in a frame that disappears inside the waistband. The trigger is flat-faced, breaks crisp, and resets quick. The slide is optics ready for anything that runs the RMSC footprint. The grip module feels like it was modeled off a competition pistol. It stays planted during strings of fire where other compacts want to climb. Price is in the high 700s. Not cheap, but when you stack up the features, most serious shooters will tell you it's worth every penny. FN509 Tactical. The FN509 Tactical was never built for casual plinking. This pistol came out of the same design trials aimed at military contracts, and when you run it, you can tell immediately it's overbuilt in the best way. You've got a 4.5-inch cold hammer forged barrel, threaded with a protector that actually stays put. Run it suppressed with 147-grain subsonics, and it cycles clean without swapping springs. The slide is optics ready using FN's low-profile optics mounting system, which is one of the most flexible platforms I've seen. Suppressor height night sights come stock, already set up to co-witness. The slide finish is PVD, tough enough to hold up under hard use. The grip texture is aggressive and locks your hand in without chewing you up. FN ships it with a 17-round flush mag, plus two 24-round extensions. That's a 24+1 loadout rifle-level capacity in a sidearm. Controls are fully ambidextrous and actually practical. This is a pistol you buy once, trust completely, and don't need to upgrade. It's a stash it and keep it gun. That's a look at 3 pistols dominating the conversation in 2025. The Glock 19 Gen 5, the SIG P365X Macro, and the FN 509 Tactical. Each one fills a different role, each one is proven, and each one's a serious option whether you're carrying, training, or planning for the worst. If you found this breakdown useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below.